The legislative leaders and Governor Maggie Hassan got some good news last week. That was from state revenues, which are not exactly roaring back, but certainly increased significantly in the month of March. March is one of the 4 biggest revenue months of the year, and it's one of the 3 biggest months for business taxes, which is a very important barometer of the economy. The state's tax on business profits that's levied against corporations, and the much lower tax on business, the business enterprise tax on business activity, both kind of tend to tell us where the economy is going. And after a couple of bad months, a subpar performance in smaller revenue months, March was a very good month for business taxes. Over $15 million above the estimate, and all taxes $27 million above. So this good revenue news helps in 2 ways. The first way it helps is with regard to the 2013 budget deficit we now face, which by some earlier estimates was as much as $40 million. I think this revenue increase gives rise to the notion that there's going to be a much smaller deficit that Governor Hassan and the legislature has to deal with as they wrap up this fiscal year that ends on June 30th. That means fewer cuts the governor will probably have to make, along with the support of the legislature. The other good development as far as increased revenue is it could cause the state Senate, as they write their state budget, to be more optimistic about revenues for the next 2 years. The House budget's based on pretty austere revenue estimates of about 1.9% and 2% for the next 2 years, much like Governor Hassan's budget, except even a little smaller. The Senate may well decide, hey, these business tax revenues tell us we can be a little more optimistic, which could get them as much as, say, $50, $60 million more to spend in their proposed budget in the coming weeks.